What's good, my zesty Leos? My name is Lee, and thank you so much for stopping by Zesty Tarot. I know it's been a hot minute. Don't be on me about what's taking you so long. Don't worry about it. Mind your business. All right. I don't be all up in your business. Actually, I am. That's why I'm here right now, right? Anyways, let's get into it and see what the universe wants you and needs you to know. If there's any type of clarifications, whatever the case may be, let's go ahead and get started with it. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs of Leo. To all of my zesty Leos, what do they need to know? What should they know? What do they need to know? What clarifications are needed here? One more. All right, so the card that came out for you is Passion with the beetroot. That's number 7. Okay, so, and it's interesting because if I'm not mistaken, isn't this your sign? Isn't this lovely Leo right there? Or am I tripping? I think that's y'all. And the thing is with Leos, and I say we because I am a Leo rising, this fits the the embodiment of who we are. We are a big ball of fiery passion, very passionate about the things that we say, the things that we do. We take stride in our accomplishments. And when this energy is blocked, we tend to hide away. And a lot of people misinterpret us from being pessimistic to really not knowing how to get that light to glow again. So let's go ahead and look at the booklet for number 7. And it says, an addiction to gardens is not as bad when you consider all the other choices in life. And it says to look at the core of what usually motivates you for direction and the lifting of any negative energies, because a focus on self-love and development of a better understanding is needed. Beetroot supports your heart chakra and will show you all the new projects and personal goals and emotional healings that are in the positive light for a chance of success. Challenges include family disagreements or getting stuck on the superficial. So again, let me reread this quote. It says, an addiction to gardening is not as bad when you consider all the other choices of life or in life. because this person is addicted to growth. Everything that she plants into the soil is tended to with the most divine care. She wakes up, or he wakes up, to check on them. And if anything was to intrude, he or she does what they can to weed out the circumstances. And so I feel that that's what this is talking about. The superficial things in life. Now, I kind of get hung up on this a little bit, because you have those that are very adamant about teaching you that you can do and have anything that you set your mind to, right? But then there's the little fine print. But if you're telling me that I can have everything that I want, why is there a but? Well, I think that there are individuals that tend to think, well, if I just put my mind to it, I see something that I want, I'm going to approach it, whether it's ready to be approachable or not, and I'm going to demand that it belongs to me. Now, I don't think a lot of you are doing this, but there are some individuals that, long story short, would rather skip the process, the journey to obtain these things. They want to get from point A straight up to Z. And then by the time you get to Z, it's not all that is cracked up to be. And I'm thinking that with the number 7, the 7 is the, to me, it's a card of reflection. Because you're one step closer before you reach overall abundance. Or the infinity, you see what I'm saying? So I feel, whenever I see this, I always think of the 7 of Pentacles. Because traditionally, you'll see someone tending to a garden, and whatever they plant, they're going to bear that fruit. So with that being said, what type of crops are you wanting to manifest? So I want you to think about that. Naturally, we all want a healthy, abundant, strong, appetizing crop. But what did you use to tend to this garden? Did you just throw some seeds in there, cover up the dirt, throw some water on it, and just, just do this on the regular? Do you actually take time to study what type of crop that you're wanting to create? What if your crop, metaphorically, requires a certain type of fertilizer? Are you willing to take the time to study what type of ingredients will go into this fertilizer in order for you to grow this mutation of a crop? These are things that we should be focusing on. So let's go on ahead and focus on the reading itself. Sweet universe, this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs of Leo. Why? And before I do that, I want to make sure that that was your gilf, if you will. I think it was. Nope, I was wrong. It's Sagittarius. Really? I don't know. Oh, I guess, I could have swore that y'all was the... Y'all do look like a little sperm thingy, don't y'all? Oops. Okay. So basically, this is calling for you to think deeply. I don't know why I'm getting this vibe that you're thinking heavily on this past year. And this year has been chaotic for everyone. So, for those that don't really see it that way, I'm glad that you dodged a bullet. Keep it going. But I feel like there is a deep reflection here of the previous year. And you're wondering what you could have done differently. And the choices that you've made brought you to this point where you're like, you know what? I realize that I've done this and this and this. I allowed this and this and this to go on. Never again. Or I'm going to try again. But at the end of the day, the question will still remain. What type of crops are you wanting to grow? And I feel that this is not, okay, first and foremost, the main crop, or should I say the soil, is you. You have to make sure that you tend to your own personal soil first. Get what in the world? It goes the retrograde nonsense. Get rid of weeds and anything that is going to disturb the foundation. Okay? Do your research on yourself. Now, for example, the heart chakra was mentioned here. Okay? So there's some self-love that needs to be expressed. So naturally, I would think that it would be best for you to start doing some meditation on your heart chakra. If you don't have time to do it during the day, then you can always listen to a guided sleeping meditation that focuses directly on the heart chakra. Now, when it was talking about the Sagittarius, and I'm a Sagittarius moon, I feel that this is talking about, because we have this natural desire to learn, right? And I think this is the perfect time, especially during this retrograde that's coming up on the 28th, to really take the time to do your research. Like, that's why I mentioned, doing research on the fertilizer. What does your crop need? What type of crops are you wanting to grow? Okay? Learn a little bit more about yourself. I feel like some of you have put all of your energy into someone else or circumstances that don't pertain to anything at the end of the day. You're realizing that you put in way too much energy that you should have towards something that was not fruitful. Okay, now let me go ahead and stop shuffling these cards so I can get to the reading, because I'm like, girl, if you don't be quiet. Alright, for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs of Leo, why is passion here? Don't be talking about me like, how's she not gonna know what zodiac sign that is? Well, first off, I'm an Aries and I focus on my own sign, so there's that. No, I need to do better. So I get it. All right, so the first card out, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So karma. I'm not going to say that now this depends on where you are in your path, but everything has a consequence, whether the consequence is good or bad. Cause and effect, right? I also look at the wheel as a cycle. The wheel is going to continuously spin round and round and round. And you're going to go through seasons where things are going to be amazing. But then also understand that there's going to come a point where you're going to have to, drop down. And I think it's because it's meant for you to learn things. We have to have circumstances, challenging circumstances to learn from in order for us to appreciate things in the positive light. It's the balance. Okay? But I feel that the law of karma here is honestly just doing its thing. So first things first, don't blame the universe or you as a person, because some of you believe that maybe I'm just cursed. No, you're not cursed. You just need a different way to go about your circumstances. You see everyone else, and I'm going to stop right there. You see everyone else, okay, and what perceives to be successful for them, but you don't see what they had to go through behind closed doors to get to that point. Okay? But honestly, I feel that what this is saying is this was a cycle that you had to go through. Life has its ups and downs. Don't take it personally. Okay? And for every bad decision you made, you're going to reap, unfortunately, what you sow. And I'm not saying that like, oh, you're doomed. But like I said, cause and effect. If you didn't get the desired outcome, you're going to understand why. And maybe that's what you're doing right now. You're taking the time to reflect on these choices that you've made. Will you have another opportunity? I can't say 100%. But I will say that if it's meant for you, then yes. That's the only way, like if it's meant for you, then yes, it's going to come back around. But if it was a situation that was a test, maybe it will come to you in a different way. I'm not for certain. Next one, we have the Two of Pentacles here. And this is calling for a choice on what you believe is important to you. Whether it's financially, physically, emotionally, energetically. It's asking for you to balance these things out. What are some things that you can weed out in order for you to have a stable life? Are you entertaining demons, but yet wondering why drama is always, surrounding you? Maybe you need to cut some of those weeds out. You see what I'm saying? Now, the Two of Pentacles always talks about being playful as you're balancing these things out. And you'll usually see someone kind of like they're juggling. And there's this beautiful flow between what they're juggling. And they have a lighthearted expression on their face. I also see that as the universe asking for you to take on what you know that you can handle. So that goes along with the whole saying of God will only give you what he knows that you can handle. He's not going to put too much on you. However, we have the tendencies of over-encumbering ourselves with situations that we know that we can't take care of at this time, but we have to have it. See what I'm saying? So just because, I feel like I need to say this, just because it hasn't happened right now does not mean that it's not going to happen for you. Baby steps, okay? A little bit at a time. We have the Page of Cups with loyalty. And I feel that what this is saying is for you to be true to yourself at this time. You need to open yourself up to what it is that you want. Open your mind to all these beautiful ideas that are entrapped in that beautiful mind of yours. And the heart chakra, I feel like your heart chakra is blocked because maybe you feel that no one cares. You don't need validation. You know, I feel like validation is going to be, or the reminding of validation is going to be the message for all zodiac signs. I think you're number 6 or 7 that I've done, because I was doing readings yesterday. I haven't posted them yet. But this seems to be the running theme. And this is, some cards are similar, some are not. But I'm still getting the same vibe. That you don't need anyone to tell you that it's okay for you to dream. A matter of fact, your heart chakra encourages you to daydream, because that is where ideas sprout from. Walt Disney and all these other individuals had a dream. Martin Luther King fucking had a dream, okay? This was something that he felt deep in his soul. So, what makes you any different? Okay? And at the bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, but we have perfection here. So, some of you are very creative, and you're holding on to your ideas because you're looking at other individuals that may low-key, or from low-key to not even know that they're even doing this to you, making you feel as though your ideas or your visions are unworthy. And it's time for you to come out of that mindset, because these ideas that you have are beautiful. You don't like your circumstances. It's time to change it. I want you to be loyal to yourself from here on out. Okay? That's what I'm saying. You need to be loyal to yourself. And when I think of perfection, I don't feel the sense of flawless, because everything will have flaws. That's what makes it beautiful. However, perfection can represent wholeness. And you feel a lack of you feel incomplete because something is not set in the way that you want it. Okay, so let me call myself out for a moment. In my previous readings, I know you were sitting here, you know, my brain is overactive. Okay, so ADHD, calm down. Before I got this desk, I was on my bed doing readings. But in my mind, I was thinking to myself, well, if I don't have a desk, then my readings aren't going to be accurate. Or if I don't have crystals, my readings are not going to be accurate. It did not matter where I was. It took a long time for me to really get that through my head. And it wasn't so much the lack of resources. It was the lack of belief in myself. I was too busy investing in everybody else and what they had going on, trying to keep up with the Jones, if you will, that I was neglecting my treasures this whole time. I'm sitting here with all kinds of fertilizer and crops or whatnot. Y'all don't care about what I'm performing my gift on. Just as long as it's accurate to you. That's all that matters. And it took a long time to drill that into this hard-ass head of mine. So you see, some of you are sitting on a blessing, but you're looking at everybody else like, well, they seem to be, don't worry about what they doing. Don't worry about them. Because ain't nobody going to be able to do it like you. They're not meant to. They're doing their thing the way that they're meant to do their thing because that's meant for them, right? Stop trying to copy off of them. That's the moral of the story. Stop trying to copy off of them and focus on your own passions, okay? And I think that this moment here where you kind of felt stuck and you didn't really know what to do, I feel like the universe deliberately stopped you in your tracks to make you think about these things. This is why you are in reflection mode right now. Focusing on your passions and thinking about how you could have done things differently. Because guess what? You're going to rock the socks off of 2023. How much you want to bet? On that note, let's go ahead and pull out a final message for this reading. Okay. What is the final message you want Leos to know at this particular time? You know, as a stroke survivor, I get it. Because I've had the abilities taken from me. Things that I thought was going to stick with me through thick and thin. To have the ability to write without making mistakes. To read without making mistakes. I'm, constantly stammering over my words. Not being able to perform the way that I used to. I felt useless. I thought that my life was over, but I'm not going to give up. I refuse to give up. I had to start many gardens over. It's okay to start over. Some of y'all need to hear that. It's okay to start over. Instead of looking at, you can look, as long as you are okay with how it is for you, like the results, then that's when I will consider this as being perfect. As long as you are satisfied with the way that things are as a result. But it still requires for you to do the necessary research to figure out how to get that recipe to work out. My ex-best friend taught me how to make chicken because a family member of hers taught her. Because for the life of us, we couldn't understand how to get the batter to stick, right? But when she taught me this whole time that I was missing out on buttermilk, listen, my chicken has been, oh, it's so good. And I used to be frustrated. Like, why isn't this working out? Well, I was missing an ingredient. And it'd be the simplest things. And I appreciate my ex-best friend for that. Because had she and I told me, I'd be messing my chicken up. Okay? Alright. What is the final message for Leos? And if y'all have y'all's recipes on how to make chicken, that's cool, just as long as it works out for you. But for me, I was missing buttermilk. All right. Bust out of your cocoon was the message for you. So, let me go on ahead and read this. Because what I think that this is saying is it's time for, like, you have been going back and forth with yourself. And it's time for you to show the world what you're made of. Because you're afraid of what others are going to say or do. You know what? Fuck them, okay? Excuse my language. No, actually, no. No excuse. No. Fuck them. Okay, so it says, one phase of your life is ending and a new one is beginning. Hence, we are at the end of the year and you are reflecting on the things that you have learned this previous year and what you hope to bring to 2023. So it says you are on the verge of exciting new possibilities, even though you may feel highly restricted at this time. You aren't trapped. Like a butterfly struggling to be free from its cocoon, you are simply breaking free of present limitations and releasing your spirit to a greater, more expansive and creative tomorrow. Your divine energy is calling for you to push past your fears and limitations and have the courage and confidence needed to soar to newer heights. You are on the threshold of spreading your new spiritual wings and in a brand new direction. I'm sorry, hold on. You are on the threshold of spreading your new spiritual wings and brand new directions and embracing your full potential. This is a very exciting time this is a very exciting time and well worthy of any discomfort you may be feeling. Your divine invitation is saying to be honest and release what no longer resonates with you. Step away from things, situations, and people that do not bring joy and vitality. To reach out for something greater, you must let go of what stands. I'm sorry. Don't stammer. Okay. To reach out to something greater, you must let go of what is in your hand. You are entering a time of spiritual empowerment, able to fully engage with life on your own terms. Who you are today and what you want to experience right now. Who are you today and what do you want to experience right now? Once you decide that, nothing will stand in your way. Therefore, you will have a beautiful garden. Who are you? What crops are you wanting to grow? Okay? I want you to take the time to think about that question. Who are you? I don't care about what everybody else told you that you were. I don't care if you're caring and loving. No. Who are you in the soul? What do you want to become? It's time for you to break out of that restrictive mode. Bust out of that cocoon. Love yourself enough to understand that your ideas matter. You are validated to feel any way that you want about your passions. Don't let anybody stand in your way, okay? So I hope that this encourages you and helps you. And if this reading resonates, go ahead and drop a like, comment, and hit subscribe. Tell your friends about me, but above all, remember this, dear Leo. When life gives you lemons, always keep it zesty. Take care. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, and you will have a wonderful New Year's. Take care. Bye.